Today on the Alter Ego podcast, I'm sitting down with someone who is not only a standout leader in our community, but also a genuinely good friend of mine, Heidi Nichols Bowser. Heidi's story is one of resilience, reinvention, and unapologetic curiosity. She grew up with a love for movement and competition, discovering speed skating at a young age, and later falling in love with tennis, a sport she stayed committed to all the way through college. Her career path has taken her from unique opportunities across different industries to her meaningful work at the Butler YMCA, where she's become a familiar face and a steady source of encouragement for so many. In our conversation, we talk about what shaped her, what kept her grounded, and how she found her way to Butler, and the choices, both big and small, that helped her step into this new chapter of her life. This is a story about growth, friendship, passion, and what it means to keep showing up for yourself. And of course, we share a few laughs, because if you know Heidi, you know she brings that spark everywhere she goes, including right into my holiday show this season. So settle in and enjoy this honest, uplifting conversation with Heidi Nichols Bowser. I'm sitting here with Heidi Nichols Bowser, who I am friends with.
Yes.
I love saying that. I've loved getting to know you, and that's really why I wanted to sit down with you to get to know you more.
Oh, that's wonderful and kind, Laura. I appreciate it.
You, to me, have it together. You got it together. And I know. Listen. I'm gonna say something. I know that none of us have it together.
Well,
but
she knows that one of the things I do is act.
So do I.
Uh-huh.
But no, I don't know. I love that you're able to walk into every room and have a bright disposition, and you're beautiful and you're smart and you show up and you're present. And I'm just excited to have you here. So
I really appreciate that. That's a really great send up. So let's see where it goes from here then.
And we're really just having a conversation. There's a lot that I've learned about you in our recent conversations. Mm-hmm. One thing that we were sitting here talking about, we were talking about age.
Yes.
And how, as women, we shouldn't be afraid of our age and sharing our age.
No, we shouldn't. Not we should absolutely do that, because I think that's important for all women. So I guess I'm going to share mine. So I'm a 1964 vintage.
I'm snapping. I am.
I'm mid.
She's a queen. She's a queen.
She's a mid-century modern gal.
You're classic. You're classic vintage.
Right. Like if I were a Mustang, this would be valuable, right?
Yes, but you're that Mustang that, like, this is gonna sound wrong, that I want to own. You know what I mean?
No,
that sounds inappropriate. It does not. It's not meant to be inappropriate.
Well, you want to keep the mileage low.
Yes.
You want to keep it in great condition.
Absolutely.
Maybe fix a few dings. I don't know.
Fix a few dings. Treat the hubcaps.
Right.
Keep it inside. Store it. Cover it. Be mindful when you take it out.
Yeah, but do take it out because it needs to run.
Take it out, and when you do, roll down the windows.
Yes.
You have your sunglasses on, maybe one of those really fabulous like hair. What are they that they would wear with the convertible cars?
A kerchief.
Kind of like a kerchief, with like tied under their chin, and then the glasses.
Yes.
And they're just sitting. I want to be that.
That's like a Grace Kelly moment.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you're very much Grace Kelly.
Oh, well, okay. Well,
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't
do that.
Don't do that thing where someone compliments you and you're like, no.
That's sweet of you.
We also do that as women.
Thank you.
We do that as women.
And poison compliments.
Yeah. What is that? Why do you think that we do that?
Because, we're taught to be humble, and then we're told to shine too.
It's very confusing.
It's really, shine, but be humble with your shininess.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're taught to do. But, be authentic, but don't be too much, right?
Exactly.
It's too much.
Exactly.
It's too much. So you know what I do? I make up my own rules.
Hey, I think I do too.
I think you do.
I'm pretty sure that I do.
I think we do. Make up our own rules.
We absolutely do.
Yeah.
It's interesting. In the last few years, I've realized that about myself, to stop apologizing.
Mm-hmm.
I explain myself a lot to people, and there are people who would get really annoyed with that.
Right. And
but when you care in a situation when you can't show up and you want to explain why you can't show up, I'm not doing it to be annoying. I'm genuinely letting you know I wish I could, but I can't. Here's why.
It's fair. But sometimes I've heard this too. Sometimes no is a sentence.
Yes.
Have you heard that?
I have.
I think that's a good one.
I've said that to people. I'm like, no is a full sentence.
It is. I think you get, generally in life, you get a lot more out of saying yes because you want to try things and have experiences. Mm-hmm. But when push comes to shove and through experience, you learn that sometimes you just have to say no, and no is enough.
You have to say no, and no is enough.
And it's enough. So I've learned that, among other things in my long life.
You were like trying to figure out, am I saying, is it short? Is
it long? Is it short?
It's.
But I'm happy to be here, truly.
Rich with experience.
I'm truly happy to be here.
Well, thank you.
Yes, I am.
Well, so before we get into your role at the YMCA, I do want to ask you what led you to the YMCA. What made you feel like this is the place where I need to invest my time, my energy, and my heart? Because that's what you do.
Oh, no question about it. I mean, I think, the whole thing starts back way long ago with just health and fitness being a part of my life growing up. And we can talk about that later, but I, did sports, competitive. I actually started out doing competitive speed skating. We can circle back.
Stop it. Are you kidding me right now?
No.
I've literally had dreams like if I could go back, I feel like I'd be a good speed skater. Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
So we'll talk about that. So that was number one. Oh yeah. I'll tell you all about that. And then tennis. And honestly,
I like how you're like, and then tennis. It's like you just like played club. I'm just going to let everybody know she didn't just play club, but continue.
Well, I mean, I think as a young woman, competing in sports really informed a lot of my life. All of the things that you learn from sports, and I think it's really important for girls because sometimes, at least, especially when I was a kid, there weren't the numbers of competitive women athletes or girl athletes that there are today, truly. And when I went to college on an athletic scholarship, that was probably a little over a decade after Title IX. So I got to take advantage of all of those things, being able to, equal scholarships at universities and so on. But anyway, I digress. But being a girl athlete absolutely formed who I am. And you know what? It's not just, it's competing, it's preparing, it's learning how to win, how to lose, and how to compete. And it helps girls a lot. So just being an athlete was just kind of part of who I was. So I always made sure I kept that, first and foremost in my life. And the short answer is I moved to Butler. That's a longer story, but I moved to Butler. And the first thing that I literally did the first week that I was here was, where am I going to exercise? And where's the YMCA? Literally. Turns out there was one right at the bottom of the hill from where I lived, where I moved. I rolled down the hill. I entered the YMCA.
Rolled down the hill?
Legit. And
probably on a skateboard or something, I'm just kidding.
But I did. I rolled down the hill and I walked in and I met two of my closest friends in the first couple weeks that are still my friends today, seriously, and found the group exercise room here, never left. Okay, that's been 31 years. 31 years ago, I rolled down the hill. And I'm still in the group exercise room today.
Yes, you are.
I started teaching, and lo and behold, I became a director at the Butler YMCA. And it is my home away from home. And it's a place of passion. It's where I find health and social connection and, all of it. And just, it's kind of like the YMCA mission. Yeah. Mind, body, and spirit. I find it there. True. So yeah, I'm still finding it there every day.
And you teach, what classes do you teach again?
Now, I've taught all kinds of classes. I still teach, how many classes a week do I teach? 1, 2, 3 to 4 classes a week. I teach a glute camp.
Oh, well, I think my glutes were just like, bing.
Teach a glute camp. I teach a classic step party. I teach a body restore class. Just all kinds of different protocols, you might say. But, all designed to bring people together and make them healthier. So
what would you say your music style is?
Well, honey, I like the 80s.
Who doesn't? And if they don't, get out of here.
So
I mean, for fitness, the 80s really just, they have the energy and the beat of 80s music is where it's at.
Well, I love music. I love dance. I may or may not have been, a club girl in the 80s.
Yes. Yes.
And, just I love moving to music. And I think there's something magical about moving to music with other people in the room. That is an energy that you cannot duplicate. So when it comes, group exercise is literally my magic potion. I love it. And I love to lead it. You should know, because you've done it. So
yeah, I have. There's things brewing. There are things brewing in my brain. It's weird that I haven't done it. And as long as I haven't, and I shouldn't say that, when I did move back, a year after I moved back to Butler, which was 3 years ago, I did teach yoga for a while, and I loved it. I loved the studio. I still love that studio. I was in a place where I couldn't fully give everything of myself. And I've shared that on this podcast. I've talked a lot about my mental health. When I left SoulCycle, which was my choice to leave, they had actually asked me to stay and go on a leave for a couple months. And there was different reasons why I left. I don't need to get into that. This isn't about me. But when I left, I realized in those next couple of months that I lost my identity, because that was my identity. I was fully
for sure.
Full-time fitness professional. And not only that, I was working for 2 of the largest boutique brands in the world. SoulCycle is known all over.
Definitely, yeah.
I started with them in New York City, and I had started a year after I'd been with Physique 57, where I taught Lotte Burke. Jennifer Gray came to my Physique 57 class, and you know what she did? She stood in the corner.
But nobody puts
baby in the corner. And I literally stood there and I was like, Jennifer Gray.
Oh my gosh.
Are you standing in the corner in this class right now? True story. It's weird sometimes what we started talking about, sometimes when I share these stories, I'm like, am I bragging?
No, not at all. I'm going to brag right now and tell you this. And this will be a brag for both of us. If you can win over a group in an exercise studio, you might be able to run a small country.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Seriously.
Oh, yes.
Because you have to get over that fear. You have to be able to engage and inspire and motivate. That's a gift. And honestly, I think that's a really great place to really kind of hone not only your skills, like who you are, and it just being able to inspire people and motivate people. It's a gift that you can transfer over to other things, but in and of itself, it is enough.
Yes.
And for me, it has really been an important part of my journey to be able to do that. and definitely has kept me in this business for sure.
How long have you been teaching group fitness? So you said you've been with the Y for, would you say 31 years?
Well, I was a member.
Since you walked in.
Yes,
since you walked
right.
in to become a member.
I think 17 years officially, but I think that was before that I was like subbing. So I always say close to 20 years. But yeah, it's like close to 20 years that I've been doing that.
Do you remember like your first class? Like,
well, yeah.
Talk about being terrified, right?
Yeah. So one of my close friends is Mickey Stewart. And Mickey really, got that program, gave that program legs, so to speak.
I didn't know that.
She did. Yeah, for sure. So she's
a force to be reckoned with.
She is. She was the aerobics queen up there. And yes. And she's still teaching today. So thanks, Mick. Dear friend, 30 years later, she and I. And, so we have really put a lot of effort in that. And of course, many other people there. Of course, Sandy Eilenfeld and another queen of the exercise studio. But, so there's a few of us that are diehards that are still doing it today.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, even that could be like a round table in here conversation.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the aerobic queens of Butler, Pennsylvania.
Did you ever wear a thong leotard in the 80s?
Oh, come on. Of
That's
course.
a real question.
Of course.
And I knew the answer. I just had to.
Of course.
Of course you did.
Of course I did. Yeah.
I mean, what was it like going to class? I mean, back then, obviously it wasn't a weird thing, right? That's just what you did. That's what people wore. Like the thick leg warmers on the ankles.
Yeah. Well, when I did it, now we're going off on a tangent about it, but when I did it in Chicago, it was a little bit, I wouldn't say niche, but in my neighborhood, a dance studio or a dance company taught it in their space.
Okay.
So a lot of times dancers were teaching aerobics, as we called it. Of course, then not, called it aerobic dance or whatever. So I was taking classes from dancers, and they were in their ensembles,
of course,
and then I would do the same thing. And I had the whole flash dance look.
Yeah, that's so fabulous.
Yeah, that's what I did.
That's fabulous.
Yeah.
So when you think about healthy living, we talked about this, and that's why we're talking about age and diets. So when you're thinking about diet, fitness, or a number on a scale, and I used to say that all the time, you're not coming in here because you want to wear the size 4 Lululemon or you want your weight to be a certain thing. It's about how you feel in your own skin. It's about being healthy and mindful of what you're putting in your body, but also being kind to yourself and giving yourself some grace.
Well, for me, and one of my pet sort of topics is neuroscience. The number one thing that changes is your brain.
Yes.
Your brain is the muscle. So it changes your brain first. And what you have to do is you lean in to those incredible feelings that you start to feel. I mean, it's hard at first, and it can be hard for people to start a new habit. But once they lean into the great feelings that they have when they're exercising, that's what starts to change you, and that's what keeps you going, and that's what creates the exercise habit. Everything else follows because you want to feel good at that moment. Then all of the other stuff follows. You say, I feel good in my skin. I feel great. I feel excellent when I leave. Maybe I want to put something healthy into my body. Maybe I want to, put something else healthy into my brain. Maybe it's just a snowball effect. So for me, healthy living starts in your happy place, which is your brain. Period.
Yes.
The end.
Yeah, agreed.
That's it.
Agreed.
I don't even worry about the weight on the scale. We start with finding exercise that makes your brain happy. That's number one.
Agreed.
And then move on from there.
Agreed. And I've been told in the past, and I don't know if this is true, that it can take up to 6 weeks to form a habit. So if you consistently do something for a certain amount of time, after a while, you don't have to think about doing it. But those endorphins, I don't know how many times I've left a class or before going into class was like, oh man, I'm just not feeling it today. I'm struggling. Yeah. And those would always be the best classes that I would have.
Yeah. I mean, for me, the number one thing that I talk about is habit formation, because it's not just, it's like deciding what kind of person that you want to be and how you want to feel, and then reverse engineering the steps that it takes to get there. So like for me, I'll say, how do you want to feel? What kind of person do you want to be? I want to feel like a fit person. I want to feel like a person who exercises. Then we reverse engineer all the steps to get there. That's the way that you make it a habit. The group exercise is great because the social part's there. You know?
Yes.
And the accountability is kind of built in. And the calendar event is there, like, oh, glute camp's Tuesday at 9:30. I'm going to show up to that. And, you know, if you put that in your calendar and it's a non-negotiable.
That sounds like power of suggestion right there.
Hello.
You gave me a little bit of a...
Glute camp.
On Tuesday, you're going to go to the YMCA in Butler. You're going to get out of your car. I'm like looking at the camera like... I wish I had like a watch or something to.
So there's that.
Yes.
Yeah. So there we have it.
Do you remember a time where you were going through something personally really difficult and exercise was what?
All the time.
I mean, it almost gets you out of bed.
All the time.
It's what?
And then teaching. I mean, honestly, that's the other thing. And people say if you really want to really dig into something and you teach it. You know, if you're interested in learning about people, you start a podcast. I don't know. Just
that's me.
So that's you. So for me, every single hard thing that I've ever gone through, I keep that consistent. Like you have to have a through line. And one of the through lines is be good to yourself. You've got to be good to yourself. You know, no one's going to do this for you. I don't care what it is that you're going through. I had a hard year. I've had a hard year, honestly. But I keep the important things consistent to nurture myself and then thereby nurture the other people in my life. Because if I let myself fall apart, what happens to the people that I love?
Yeah.
So
all of those relationships essentially do start to fall apart. Yeah.
So I'm not letting that happen. So I have the basics to keep myself together. And I mean, it's usually exercise and mascara.
I wasn't sure what the second thing was going to be.
I just made that up. But I will get myself out of bed. Yes. I will put a little mascara, get myself up, dressed, out, and exercise.
Yep.
I'm good to go.
And go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love that you were like, and mascara.
And mascara. I'm just throwing that in there.
I didn't see that coming. So whenever we're talking about expanding programs, you know, tell us a little bit about the pickleball program. You have youth sports, you have aquatics. There's also, what's the class that's happening right now for the Parkinson's?
Oh yeah, exercise for Parkinson's. Well, that's the thing about the Y, right? You've got other health clubs, so to speak. You have other gyms that you can go to. If you are looking for variety and community and a reflection of what's happening in the community, you're going to go to a YMCA. That's why I rolled down the hill, 31 years ago, because I want to, because I want to know what is going on. Like a Y is going to be a reflection of where you live. Every community I've ever gone to, Chicago has a load of them. That's where I'm from. YMCAs. Every single YMCA is a reflection of its community, right? So our Y, we serve senior population, active older adult, the whole schedule for active older adult. Of course, youth sports. The YMCA worldwide is the leader in teaching children how to swim. I mean, that's worldwide.
Yes.
Also the leader in childcare. So we have childcare. Excuse me. We teach kids how to swim. We serve our older populations. We serve veterans. We have a wonderful partner with the VA in Butler County, the Area Agency on Aging. We do exercise for Parkinson's 4 classes a week. That's led by my healthy living coordinator, Jake Tasich. He has a group that he's expanded to over 30 participants. So
that's remarkable.
Where are you going to find that? And they're in the building 4 days a week, and that's what you see. And yeah, that inspires you too when you see all of these different populations, not only getting healthier physically, mentally, spiritually. That's what I see every day. It's not that hard for me to go to work. Okay. It's the easiest thing in the world for me to get up and serve the community in that way. So that if you want to know why I still do it, that's why.
Well, I feel like more people need to go after those types of careers, the things that give them almost like invigorate them, but recharge them, regenerate them.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not, you don't feel like you're going to work.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like that when you love what you're doing. Well, I think it's Steve Jobs. There's a quote by Steve Jobs. He says, "You'll never work a day in your life if you love what you do." Something like that.
I think he did say that.
I used to have that on my computer when I taught SoulCycle. They would do these quotes on these little wheels because the wheel was our patented thing. They had patented the wheel. And
well, he was right. He was 100% right.
Yes.
And that's, you're lucky if you can say that about your job. But I think whenever you have a service that you're providing,
where you're helping other people.
You're helping other people in some way, you can really lean into that. And I think people can think about that in a lot of different careers. But for me, this aligns. This aligns with my values.
Yes.
So for me, like I said, it's the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah.
I love the why.
I love that. I love that. I know you love the why.
Sorry, that was a big gulp.
That's okay.
Of water.
You have to stay hydrated.
I got to stay hydrated.
You got to stay hydrated. I was just like, where did I put? Looking at my water.
I was like, big gulp there.
Big gulp. My Hydro Flask, I need to replace the straw. The straw snapped on me. So I usually I'm not really big on the whole.
Now I know what to get you for Christmas.
Bottled water thing. You don't have to get me anything for Christmas.
Shh, don't say anything. Okay.
Shh, quiet.
I know what you need now. Got to stay hydrated. Got to stay hydrated.
You know what else I need? I need a Breville espresso machine. No, I'm just kidding. They're like $400.
Well,
Black Friday sale. Something came up. It's like, these are on sale. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I pulled it up and I'm like, $4.99. I was like, that doesn't seem like a sale. This thing better last me the rest of my life.
Well, yeah, I am a diehard coffee drinker too.
Me too.
Yeah.
Coffee, espresso, which both.
It's my fuel.
Okay. Do you have an espresso machine at your house?
I have all the things.
Okay.
Yeah, I have all ways to make coffee. Although I'm still a Cummings devotee.
Hey, I love that.
I found Cummings and the YMCA the first week that I moved to Butler.
And they're in close proximity too.
Right.
So you can
the coffee shop opened up a year later. So yeah.
And you can get chocolate at Cummings. So
exactly. Thank you.
That's
what I do. That's what I do.
Hello. Where else do you go in downtown Butler where you buy chocolates?
Well, I go there. So that's my hangout. So
I remember in high school it was like the cool place to go and study. We were like, we're going to go there and study. I was like, I just want to sit in these wooden booths. I mean, I don't know why. I was such a weird teenager. I'm still weird.
Okay. You're weird in the best possible way.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, my weird's coming out in the show.
We're going to see where
Sue and Becky think I'm totally insane. They're like, they were talking about invited audience. They're like, we really need some invited audience because we need people other than you responding. I'm like, why? To make sure it works? I was like, because this is what it is.
Well, we're gonna have to give a little ups to the show too.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we really do.
Tell us about your character in our show.
Well, I will. Well, you're gonna have to say the name of the show. It's so long.
The show is the Holiday Channel Christmas Movie Wonderthon.
Thank you.
It's essentially. Someone asked me if there's actual Hallmark Channel films references that they recognize. And I said, well, no, because those are, you can't do that. That's kind of the joke, too, at the beginning of the play, that we can't say Hallmark Channel.
Right.
Or we'll get sued.
Yes.
The narrators say that. That's a line. And they're like a whole lot
yes.
is the line. but it's a spoof. There's no particular Hallmark Channel movie. It's just those classic, girl moves back home to the country, and obviously there's a really handsome single-looking man who built his own house and just pops up to fix anything in her house that's broken, and she just left a marriage or something, and she's living in the country and she has no idea because she's a big city girl in high heels, and now she's got to get bean boots or whatever.
That's it.
And that's it. And then they fall in love.
That's it.
Attractive
people lock eyes, and then they're going to end up together.
And they're together, and that's it.
That's how life should go.
I've been here 3 years and it hasn't happened.
I think this show is going to be an inspiration. Your life will be a Hallmark movie in just about a New York minute.
2026, I need to find a man.
Okay. I'm going to try to help you.
I'm getting closer to 50. I was like, I can't still be single when I'm 50. This is kind of silly. We got to figure this out.
We got a Hallmark movie this thing.
We got a Hallmark movie my life, people. All right?
Well, come to the show. It's fun.
It's really fun.
So I'll tell you who I play. Laura cast me. I play Rita, who is a in her own mind famous movie star in her own mind. Okay.
Well, y'all know me.
Yeah, you all know me. Everybody knows me, obviously. And I have often been cast as an actress, which I love. I love, acting like I'm my character is actually an actress. I don't know. It's an actress playing an actress. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, essentially.
Well, I have done that several times.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, so I think people see me as like an actressy person, I think, maybe.
Here's the thing, though, and we're going to just spoil it. We're just going to say it. You and I were having a conversation. This was during the Shakespeare in the Park. We were at Tannin and Tonic the night there was that rainstorm. We had to cancel. Yes. So remember, we all went to Tannin and Tonic.
Yes.
And I had asked you if you were going to audition, and you told me that you had a green sequin dress. And I was like, done.
I've had.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
And you're like, I've never worn it. And I was like, well, prepare yourself to wear it. And my brain was like, oh, well, she would be perfect as Rita. I'm sure I could have cast you in other roles.
No, I think she cast me because I had the dress. But here's the little secret.
You and Casey together are hilarious.
Well,
it's just so hilarious.
Thanks, Laura. We love to be on stage together.
I'm really glad.
It's fun.
I'm really glad that Casey said yes to the show.
He did. He thought it would be fun, and we're having a ball.
Good. I'm glad that you are, because I'm having fun watching it.
I'm having a ball. What I didn't tell you, though, is this dress I had never worn, and I cut the tag off the other day when I came to show it to you. But the truth of the matter is that I have had a green sequin dress for about 40 years. I've always had I'm a redhead.
Wow.
So your mother puts you in green. So I think I've had a green sequin dress
always had
for 40 years.
Amazing.
That's all I'm going to tell you.
And the reason why green is so important is it's a Christmas show.
Exactly.
So everybody needs to be in green or red. And when she said she already had a green sequin dress, I thought, well, there we go. We don't even need to find a costume.
That's my whole character. In fact, all I am is a green sequin dress.
Well,
and an attitude.
An attitude and sunglasses and a fur coat and high heels. That's all you need.
Done. Come see the show.
Come see the show. December 5th through the 13th at Butler Theater. We're dark on Monday. Get your tickets. Sunday sold out.
Nice.
And there will be a hot cocoa bar before every show.
It's going to be so much fun.
It's going to be really fun. I'm really excited. And I'm really honored that so many people showed up and are in the show. I was sad to have to turn people away. I could have cast it I don't know how many times over.
Yeah.
But
we really lucked out. Great people in that show.
Really great people, hardworking people, and we have a puppet in our show. What do you think about the puppet? I'm pretty certain that everyone thought, well, this is it. She's losing it. She's finally losing it. And I was like, this is going to happen.
Okay, well, I have to say I didn't get it. When you said it, I didn't get it. A puppet, I'm like, okay, I don't work with kids, dogs, or puppets.
Well, you are working with a puppet.
But now I'm working with a puppet because of Laura. But honestly, that puppet is great. And the girl who's doing it, the young lady,
Kyra is really working hard. She's never
I mean, this is something new.
Yeah.
It would be something new for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But she's newer. Well, she's done one other show at the theater.
Mm-hmm.
She's awesome, and she's doing an amazing job. But okay, credit where credit is due. The puppet is working. The puppet is great.
I'll be honest with you. I just get these ideas. I don't know how to explain it, and I was like, "This is happening."
Oh, I know.
And so many people kept questioning. I was like, you can ask all the questions you want to ask. And even she was so excited when she auditioned and came right back in and was like, I'm really interested in that. I would love to do that. And Rick and I met with her quite a few times one-on-one for an hour just to work on certain things.
It's working.
And she in the last couple, especially the last couple ones, it's really amping up.
Yeah.
It's hitting. Mm-hmm. Like she's hitting the marks.
Yep.
To where I'm like, this is exact. Last night, there was a point last night when I was watching you guys where I almost started tearing up. I'm not kidding. Where I was like, aww. And it was weird. I was like, am I seriously about to start crying right now?
Because it's coming together. You're so relieved.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of relief.
That's why tears of relief is usually a week before the show.
Usually a week before the show, there's a moment where you're like,
oh, I think it's going to be something.
I really do too.
I do too.
And I also, what people need to understand about community theater is we all just love to step into these roles and play these characters, and we just want you to enjoy yourself.
Totally.
That's really all it is.
Yes.
It's not, there's a point where I take it very seriously, clearly, because I also like design the set. I've helped, wallpaper the set, and I'll paint or whatever. Everyone's really stepping up to help out. But I care about it because I think it's important for us to have arts like that. And we are so rich with the arts here in this town.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, we have Hobnob Theater, we have the Arts Center, we have Musical Theater Guild, we have the Symphony.
Oh yeah. It's just incredible.
There's so many, Hobnob's doing a Christmas show that is the weekend after our show closes. Mm-hmm. You have to go see Hobnob's show. They're doing a take on the Nutcracker, but they're making it's like a video game. And one of the characters, like the Nutcracker, is kind of like a Vanilla Ice character. Like they do such original stuff,
and there's
which really stands out.
There's such collaboration between the different organizations.
Yes,
and it's important, but because making art together is another thing that I'm passionate about.
Yes.
So
I want you to tell me about were you involved in theater like in high school and stuff? I feel like I had maybe asked you this, but talk about like what got you into all of that.
I'll tell you, with, like I said, without making it a saga, but I started.
It's okay if it is.
In the middle of doing all the sports that we talked about, I do love performing. So ironically enough, there were a lot of great opportunities where I'm from. I already told you, city of Chicago. There was a children's theater group called Jack and Jill Players. And I started doing Jack and Jill Players when I was about 10. So this was an opportunity. This was, an organization that put plays on using children actors. And the funny thing about it is it really resonated with me, beyond resonated with me. And I was all about Jack and Jill Players for a couple of years. Now, sports kind of took over a little bit, at that point.
Yeah.
But I, was involved in and some in high school too. But again, with the level that I was playing tennis, it took up all of my after school time, travel time with my family. So I didn't get to do as much as I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I certainly was encouraged, and I was definitely encouraged by teachers and different things to pursue it. So the rest of the story kind of turns out this way. I did a couple of things in college and student films and things like that. When I got out of school, I went into the women's apparel industry. And I did public relations. So this part you probably don't know.
Wow.
So this is
I could see you as a PR.
I was a PR person in women's clothing. Dan Howard Industries, one of the largest manufacturers and retailers of maternity wear. That was their number one thing. So I was hired by them. Here's the kicker. As their public relations director, I said, oh, we were in all of the major retail outlets across the country. We actually ended up with, Dan Howard, I think, ended up with 200 retail outlets. It was huge. But I went around the country and got myself on morning television shows.
Stop.
No, I did morning talk shows all over the country.
That's exciting.
As a fashion expert. So I would go to a town like Boston. I did AM Boston. I'm just picking one.
Yeah, I went to Boston.
You know, whatever the case may be. Went there, hired models, put the clothes on them, created the fashion show and the segment. Not only did I do that, but I also sold our line to morning television because they were always looking for content. So I just was like, oh, I love doing this. Oh, let me try to get on here. Let me try to get on there. Let me try to get on here. So that got me into television. Here I am, a young woman.
I mean, what?
I'm a fashion, expert on TV. So then that...
And then you wonder why you get cast in all these roles where you're an actress on television.
Well, that's how that started. And then that rolled into like doing a commercial for our company. That rolled into the production company hiring me to do other things for other commercials. I did professional commercial acting. And
Very
I did
cool.
it here. And I did it here too. In
Very
Pittsburgh.
cool.
Yeah. So I've done that. So then that, then theater, well, I rolled down the hill again from where I lived.
Rolled right down the hill.
And there was the Butler Little
Swung to
Theater.
the left instead of the right.
So I started doing Butler Little Theater like the year or so after I moved here.
When did you move to Butler?
In 94.
Okay.
Yeah. So about, I think, a year later, I started doing Little Theater and been doing it ever since.
Yes.
Yeah. So I have a kind of a background, though, with acting.
That's so cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I do now.
She does now.
You also went to, where did you go to school for a full scholarship in tennis?
Wow, you remembered.
Of course I remember
did.
that. I was like, I want to play tennis. I want you to teach me some stuff. Tennis is, to me, I feel like, I don't know if you get this from me. I'm sure a lot of people, I'm intense. And when it comes to sports, I'm very competitive, like super competitive. I also grew up with brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So sports weren't really an option, which I'm not mad about that. I'm glad that I had that experience and I learned how to throw a baseball and throw a football and swing a bat and run and all of the things. And I was a runner. But tennis, I did play one summer. I did go to a sports camp one summer. We had to pick sports and I ran and I didn't have another sport.
Oh, tennis is
I like
great.
basketball, but I love tennis. I feel like it just getting...
I love it.
You can get so much out. So talk about tennis.
Well, so I grew up as an only child. My father had played AAA baseball. So he was was quite an athlete, my dad. And my mother was a good athlete too, but super competitive. She ended up being the varsity tennis coach at the University of Chicago, women's tennis coach.
Whoa.
So my mother played tennis.
That's remarkable.
And my dad, so they were sports, they were into sports. So they got me into them, into sports. But, it's a whole thing. It's a commitment from a family. A family has to be committed.
Yes.
Because it's hard. You've got to, drive places and practices in the winter. And all over Chicagoland, I played, practiced. And then all over the country, they had to take me to tournaments. So I did get a full ride athletic scholarship in tennis to the University of Illinois. It's my home state in Champaign-Urbana. And, that was kind of the goal. I realized fairly soon that I did not want to be a professional tennis player.
Okay. That was going to be my next question.
No.
Did you want to have a career?
No, I had too many other interests. And that's, I did a lot of other things. And honestly, academics was number one to me and to my family too.
Yeah.
But I played tennis as an amateur. Like I played challenger events, what you call challenger events as an amateur when I was a young woman, 16, 17. And I didn't want to be a journeyman athlete. Like I wasn't built that way to live that kind of life,
Yeah.
So, but like I told you before, sports just gave me so much and shaped so much of like who I am today, for sure.
Well, yeah, even just that positive mindset. When you're an athlete, you get that from coaches, but for the most part, you have to be able to do it for yourself too. You have to be able to tell yourself in those little moments when you're practicing. I mean, I remember going into just practicing things on my own when I danced, especially if I would go in to spend extra time. I had to motivate myself to go and do that, to do the extra work on the side.
Yes, and it gives you agency. So if you practice and you get better at something, and the results are what they are. You can't expect perfect results, but it gives you agency as a person to understand that if you work at something and spend time, you can succeed. And I also got that at school too. So. That's a whole nother thing. But yeah, that was sort of my trajectory with the tennis. But I'm going to go back. Because I got to tell you one funny story.
Yeah, please do. I'm waiting for you to tell me a story. I was like, I want a story.
Well, I have a lot of tennis stories, but the speed skating story.
Oh my gosh, yes, the speed skating story.
So
I rode speed skating on my thing.
Well, so if you really want to know anything about me, you will know that I have a German mother. And I'm an only child.
Okay.
And my mother wanted me to do everything. And I did. And this comes from my mother.
Okay.
She's like, and you will do this, and you will do that, and then you will go here, and you will go there. This is how I was raised.
That was it.
So she put me on skates when I was 2.5 years old. Okay. And she will skate, and she will do this. So I skated, and I started as a figure skater. And I actually loved it because I'm a performer.
Okay. The toe pick, man, it freaks me out.
I love it. I don't care. I just love it so much. I love it.
Oh, I love it. I
love it.
I'm always like tripping and falling.
I loved it. And I was a really pretty good figure skater. But my dad, being this baseball player guy, he's like, this is for the birds. Like this judging. He goes, the best one, you go watch the Olympics, the best one doesn't win. He goes, you got to play a sport where when you win, you win. So they're like, oh, speed skating. You cross the line first. This is what she's doing. She's pretty fast on those figure skates. So then they stuck me on speed skates.
Okay, so speed skates are different than...
Yeah, they're long.
They're real long, right?
Oh, yeah, and sharp. And I have the scar to prove it.
Oh,
but I competed in speed skating. So my prized possession, because I competed with none other than...
Stop it. Drum roll.
Bonnie Blair.
Wait.
Yes, most decorated female Winter Olympian.
Stop it.
Thank you. And I have a picture of
yes, you
me
do.
ahead of her.
Okay, do you have this photo?
Yes, I have
Can you give me this photo to put in right here?
Yes, it's
at
my prized
46
possession.
minutes?
Yes.
Put it in. Oh my gosh.
So I competed against Bonnie Blair. And
that's
like I said,
cool.
I have one picture of me ahead of her. And, I love it. I have it like proudly displayed. Yeah. Anyway.
I'm going to ask you a weird question, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that we have past lives?
You know what? I have not delved into that. I'm too obsessed with the current one.
Yeah.
I'm too obsessed with this one.
Which is perfect.
to think about a past one.
It's so fascinating to me when, you look at your life and you're like, wow, I've done all of these things.
Yeah.
But you feel like you're just getting started. You very much give that vibe, Well,
I'm curious. The word curious.
Same. I'm the same way. I think we're very similar in that sense where we're like, you have an interest in something, you start reaching it, you look into it, you're like, I'm going to try this. And then.
Yeah. I'm a lifelong learner. I mean, that's.
Same.
This is probably more the core of who I am than anything else. People might say, oh, she does. The core of me is that I'm a lifelong learner for sure. And I'm interested in things. And so it's not just about wanting to be good at something. I want to know about it.
Yeah.
Now, a byproduct of that is you get to be pretty good at something when
if you're
you
really
know
putting
about it.
Yes, when you're really putting time into learning about it and practicing.
Correct.
Is there anything on your radar that you're like, I've kind of always wanted to do that? And even if it's not, I don't know how to, maybe an experience.
Well, one of the things that would like to do, because I notice that I do enjoy doing it. I like to talk to people about healthy living. For example, we talked about it a little bit, but I really like to get in front of a group of people and talk about how I can help them to lead a healthier life. I'm very interested in that.
So you could submit yourself for a TED Talk.
I'd love to do that. Seriously.
Yes.
Okay. You heard it here first.
I very much subscribe to, if I continue to think about something, after a while I have to start talking about it. I have to tell someone. And typically the reaction is, and it's just how it works out. It's like, you should do that. And then the minute those words come out of someone else's mouth, I'm like, well, there's no turning back now.
Well, then you kicked me down the hill again.
You're very well spoken and you have a lot of experience that you can pull from. You have so much that you can pull from.
Well, it gets that way the longer you live, you know. The longer you live, if you're paying attention.
Wait. There she is. She's a comedian, folks, too.
Well, but you have to pay attention, though.
But you're right. You do have to pay attention.
Yes.
Well, my point is that I did research on a TED Talk. Someone was going to bring TEDx to Butler, and I'd submitted like a 2-minute thing. And one of the things that I always focus on is I don't want to live my life and look back and say, what if? What if I had tried that? What if I had gone there? What if I had done that? I would rather fail and know that I at least tried rather than looking back and regretting that I didn't try. And that's one of the biggest regrets people have on their deathbed at the end of life. There's only a small percentage of people who don't feel that way, but a lot of people will look back, and the number one thing is that they worried too much about what other people thought if they were to do that, or if they were to make that choice or go there or do that thing that maybe was a little crazy.
Yeah. Well, nobody really, you are 100% right. And here's the thing. It's people are not paying that close attention. They're paying attention to what they are doing, not to what, so I learned that a long time ago, thankfully, because there are women my age that haven't learned it. I'm here to help because the truth of the matter is you've got to do the things that interest you. That's where your magic is. It's in the things that interest you. And if you don't know what those are, make it your life's work to figure it out.
Yes.
That's what I say.
1,000%.
So figure out what you like and like it's your job.
Yeah, it is your job.
Yes.
It's so true, though, what you just said about they're not thinking that much about it.
No.
You're wasting so much energy and time worrying about what are they going to say. I'm like, who cares what they say? You will always be judged. No matter what you do in life, you're always going to be judged.
And I don't care if it's your children, your partner. I don't care who it is. They don't get to decide, really. Really not. They don't really get to decide what you should really be doing. You get to put your energy where you like. You do, because it's all within you.
Yes.
You got to put your energy where it makes sense. If somebody's holding you back, you've got to really think about why.
Well, we had this conversation not too recently. I mean, I had to make that decision.
Yeah.
And it's never an easy decision, but there was just something inside of me that was just like, I've worked way too hard, and I've learned from previous, we're going to say relationships, because that's what it was. It was a relationship where I did, I did miss out on, and I don't know if I necessarily missed out on getting married because I'm not dead yet, right? I can still get married.
Well, I did that.
But having children,
Yeah.
I did lose out on, by choosing the career that I chose. So what would you say?
Oh, that's a really good question.
You are someone who you're married to Casey Bowser, who I went to college with Casey Bowser.
Yes, I know. I love that.
And I love you two together. You have a son.
Yes.
But you did, you've been married before. What would you say to someone who is questioning, that balance of moving forward in something that maybe is taking away like who they are internally? It almost like,
Yeah, I mean, we make our choices. I mean, we make our choices for whatever reason. One thing I know is it's not helpful to look in the rearview mirror that way. It's helpful to learn from things in the past, but it's not helpful ever to say, well, what if I wouldn't have done that? It doesn't help. You've got to move forward in your reality.
Yes.
I chose to get married in my mid-20s. I have 2 grown daughters. And boy, I'm really glad that I did that. I'm so glad that I did that. They're amazing. And I'm a grandmother. I got to say it. I'm so proud. But I'm a grandmother, a mother. I mean, and really what what I chose to do was to be a mom for a really long time, because I had the girls, and then I got remarried, and I have Luke, and he's 19, and my girls are 35 and 32. That's how old my girls are, and he's 19.
Wow.
So that means that I've chosen to be a mother with children in the house now for 35 years. Now, did that mean that I couldn't pursue other things and that I haven't found passion in all kinds of other things that I do? I didn't let it stop me.
Hear, hear.
Okay?
Yes.
Because you have to be true to the voice that makes you who you are.
Yes. Agreed.
But I would never say, oh, I wish I would have done this or I would have done that. I had moments where I could have done this or I could have done that.
For sure.
And I said, well, you know what? I'm getting married. And it changes the trajectory of your life, but you don't look back in that way. You look forward. And if there's something you want to do, by all means, if you have breath left in you, please do it.
Thank you. so often people say that. They're like, well, I'm too old. I'm like, no, you're not. You're not dead. You're alive.
No.
I am so fortunate and with these relationships, my point of bringing that up was, for my experience was, I look back and I think, that's what I was going through at that time, with the knowledge that I had, with where I was in my life. But I have been fortunate enough for all the places I've lived and the amount of people I've met in my lifetime who are friends, acquaintances. I ran into someone a couple years ago. I was in Ohio. I was in Columbus, and I ran into a girl that I went to college with. And the group of people I was with were like, wait, what? You know this person? I was like, yes, this is insane. This is crazy. But it was so exciting to see her and just want to know what was going on in her life and everything. And I think about, even with college, I almost went here, could have gone here, could have done this, could have done that. Right. But I ended up there. And all those people, I can't imagine my life without them.
Yeah, there's a reason.
There's a reason. And even those relationships that failed, right? Hindsight's 20/20.
Yes.
And when you're going through it, it sucks. It stinks. It's not fun. Everyone goes through that. But what did I learn from that about myself? What did I learn that maybe next time I'm like, I knew there was a point where I knew, like, I don't think this is going to work. I think that this is.
You usually know at some point too.
You do.
You usually know.
Yeah.
And with a relationship or whatever it is, you usually, pay attention to the voice. Pay attention when it really just feels wrong. Not so much when, it's really interesting because you have to learn to distinguish between what feels sort of exciting, you're sort of afraid excited, and just wrong.
Yes.
And I think people get that wrong a lot, don't you?
I agree.
Because trying something new feels scary. It really does. But it feels sort of like exciting scary and not this other.
Like skydiving.
Well, see, I have no desire to skydive.
Oh, I went. It's fun.
Well, see, because you have that in you. I don't have.
But
here's what I don't have.
You're like, don't want to do that. You're like,
no.
I'd rather just roll down the hill.
Yeah, in a car.
In a car.
Every time I said roll down the hill, I meant in a car.
I was like, she's on a skateboard. Yeah. You're like, I was in a car.
No, I don't go on motorcycles. I don't go skydiving. I don't do extreme sports.
No base jumping.
But I'll try something new on a dime. And if I think it would interest me.
Yeah.
That doesn't scare me because I have experience being successful, trying something, learning how to do it, and enjoying it. that's the wash, rinse, and repeat that I personally enjoy in life. It's
Yeah.
that feeling that I can tackle something and I could make it work for myself.
Yeah. It's exciting too.
Yeah, but I don't have the desire to jump out of a plane.
Okay, noted.
There we go.
We're not
Duly
going
noted.
skydiving.
Not together.
Got it.
No, you do that.
So we're going to wrap up.
Yeah, it sounds we've done it all. We've talked about all of the things.
Last thing I have for you.
Yeah.
And we've touched on this a lot, I think, throughout just chatting here. If there is someone that's listening who's struggling to feel motivated or connected right now, other than anything else that you've said, what would you want them to hear?
Well, first of all, you've got to find your people, a tribe. So I use that word a lot. That's become sort of a marketing term, but finding your tribe, your people, being connected to like-minded people is going to improve your life more than anything else. Period. The end. I like to do that along with movement, like at the Y. I think that finding your people and finding a way to physically move your body is going to really help your mental health. But finding like-minded people and a community, don't struggle alone. Don't struggle alone. There's people out there. And if it's showing up to the Y and saying, can you help me get connected to a group that I might enjoy? I'm so happy to talk to a person like that. That's the truth.
Well, they can find you at the YMCA.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
She has fabulous hair.
Thanks, Laura.
You really do. The other day, whenever we were doing something, I was going to put that necklace on. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, this is amazing. This hair. It's beautiful. I love it.
Oh, start. Well, it's been a pleasure.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you taking time to talk to me. And we just...
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, this is dropping next week. So I hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving.
Great holiday.
Come see Heidi and her husband, Casey, and many other amazing, talented actors in our show at the Butler Little Theater, December 5th through the 13th.
Hear, hear.
Hear, hear. All right. Yeah?
Thanks, Laura.
Thank you. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode, my conversation with my friend Heidi Nichols Bowser. Her story is such a reminder that passion, resilience, and a willingness to start again can take us farther than we ever imagined. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow, share it with a friend, and stay tuned. There's so much more coming from the Alter Ego podcast. Join me every Wednesday for a new episode. And if you didn't hit that subscribe button, do that now so you don't miss a single episode. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Alter Ego Podcast. Until next time, stay safe, stay hopeful, and keep showing up for yourself.